how can people befriend celebrities or people who have a particular high level of status, fame, money, or power?
Of course, yeah, no, really, really good question. I actually have a YouTube video about 10 steps that you can do, and a very, very good video. But I think the biggest one, okay, I'll break it down to you like this. If you get the opportunity to meet someone, meet a celebrity, meet something, there's two different ways to do it. The biggest way that you're going to do it, and this is from someone that has met a lot of individuals, very, very high level individuals, is that they're usually known for something. So if I say The Rock, what is The Rock known for?
First wrestling, I think.
Wrestling, yeah. The Rock is like WWE, the biggest thing, right? But if you talk to The Rock about something that he's not known for, so back in the day, he just launched his tequila brand and he's got a bit of ego attached to it and wants it to do well and it's not doing well. So if you talk to him about the tequila, he is going to want to talk to you more because you're talking about something that he's actually interested in. How many people have come up to him and said, "You're my favorite wrestler, you're my this." And we can do this with any celebrity in the world, right? You name another celebrity, and it would be like, imagine going up to Tom Cruise and talking about Mission Impossible. You're like, God damn. But then there would be something in that. I'll give you a great example. Chuck Liddell, UFC fighter, champion Chuck Liddell. I met him at his birthday party. Harry Jousey's birthday party in LA. Harry Jousey, a friend of a friend. He was in Too Hot to Handle the first season. He was like the star of the show. I met Chuck Liddell there. Chuck Liddell's a huge, huge guy. And instead of talking about the UFC, I talked about one specific thing that I knew about Chuck. So Chuck had this rivalry with his other UFC fighter called Tito Ortiz. And I said to him, Chuck, I have a question for you. In when you were versing Tito in number three, and you were suffering with the weight cut, what did you da 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 da? I made a very specific thing. Fucking eyes lit up and was like, "Oh." And then began to talk to me for the next 45 minutes because I knew something that not a lot of people had ever asked him before. I do it in my podcast with a lot of these individuals. Ask him about something. If you saw the Justin Waller interview that I did with him, I asked Justin Waller, I was like, you were in the 4 years that you played university college football, you were redshirted twice, then you made a few starts, and then last year you were the star of the show. And he was like, "How the fuck did you know that?" Like that shit. That's when you got him. You got him correctly. So you never talk about with someone or high school. You never talk about something that they're known for. Always something that they're not known for. And they have a little bit of ego in there. You do that, you become friends with every single person.
It's
And
like Nardwar. You seen the Nardwar
that's
interviews where
exactly like
he's just like
Nardwuar. Yeah.
talking to random celebrities. When you were in high school or when you were 8 years old, and they're
Yeah.
like, "How the fuck did you find this out?" Like their
Yep.
mind is completely
Their mind
fucking
is
blown.
blown. Now, when you see someone, sometimes it's going to be harder to like, "Oh my God, there's that person." Fuck, you don't have any information about them. You try to do a quick Google search. You can do that. Sometimes that has worked before. You know what I mean? But sometimes you're going to be in the shower after you've met them. You're like, "Damn, I should have said that." You're going to have lots of opportunities like that. You're going to be like, "Ah, damn, I missed out on that opportunity." That's okay because every missed out opportunity, you'll eventually get better and quicker and be able to say some snappy lines to them, one, two lines that might captivate their attention. Yeah, and that can happen. I was in Bali. I actually met one of my very a TV show. I have a lot of I watch it all the time. The lead actor in that, I was able to say something like that to him. And he was like, "Oh, which TV show?" And I was like, "Oh, Altered Carbon." And he was like, "Damn, okay." No one's ever come up to me and said that that was their favorite show. And so we talked about that, and we talked about different things, and I was saying specific things in the show that I liked, and he was giving me a lot of information. So there's certain ways that you can do it. When you have extra information about the people, that's where you're going to be really, really good. You're going to have a great kind of a great back and forth conversation with them. From there, I'm going to give you a bit of advice that I got. I was with Owen Cook, RSU Tyler in the Beverly Center, and we were living up in the mansion. And I never forgot this. I fucked it up so badly. So someone that came out, if you go on Justin Mark's Instagram, you'll see this character. His name's Sway Lee. He was part of this rap group called Ray Shrimmer. And he's a really, really prominent singer, great guy, like awesome. And he was coming out of Chipotle. And I said to him, I was like, yo, Sway, love your stuff. And this was when he was blowing up. He was like, yo, love da 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 da. We had a great conversation. Then we left. And then Owen was like, whoa, like, why didn't you invite him up to the mansion? We have a $25 million mansion. You didn't even invite him up. You could have said like, "Hey, you can shoot a music video anytime you want up there." Long story short, I always remembered it. So I'm like, if you get the opportunity to see a celebrity, you say something, and then you try to invite them to something that gives them a bit of value as well. I'm like, hey, I don't know what you're doing on Thursday. We've got this cool event. Love to send it to you, or maybe your publicist or your manager or your assistant. Is there a way I can talk to them? You never talk to them like this person. Like you always try to make them feel good, but also like I don't want to bother you as well. There's a whole list that I've built out. I just can't even remember it. But that they're gonna be like, yeah, absolutely, because they're bored, man. They're so fucking bored, these people. Like they got cool things, but they never meet real people that just talk to them like normal people. And if you
Yeah.
can do that, you can lower that kind of anxiety of like, oh my God, it's a famous person, not fanboy, not ask for photos as well. I met so many people, guys. I have no photos with any of them.
I'm the same. I am exactly I was about to
Yeah.
fucking say that
Yeah.
because oh my God.
The most
It,
cringest
it's
thing.
it's crazy because everyone else is coming from, you know, how guys in dating are like putting women on the pedestal. They're doing the
Yeah.
same thing with celebrities. Like, oh, because I recognize you, I must have a selfie with you or get an autograph. Or you're
Yep.
just coming from the fan frame. So they don't know who the
Yep.
fuck you are. It's to them, it's just another crazy person potentially, or just another fan, and a
Yeah.
little bit of an ego
Yeah.
boost. Although once you become particularly famous, you get bored of that very easily. So then how do you break the pattern?
Of course. Yeah.
Simply by being different. So when I went to Dan Bilzerian's mansion, last thing
Yeah.
on my mind was, I'm gonna whip out my camera and take a selfie with him. Like, no, I have no photos of
Yeah.
me with
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
Bilzerian standing next to each other or posing or
Hmm.
anything. I'm not gonna be a tourist just because he's standing there. I'm not going to be a
Exactly.
tourist in his own fucking mansion. So that's like the wrong, don't fan zone yourself. It's like friend zone, but fan
Yeah. Or at
zone.
least on the,
You're just
at least,
like every other
at
fucking
least on the
person.
first meeting.
Yeah.
At
Well,
least on the first meeting. Like if you meet Dan again, you'll be able to get a photo. It won't be
yeah.
as bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you've like built some
then
rapport.
you're more conscious of the opportunity post that
100%.
and like, okay, there's can be another opportunity to
Yep.
meet again and
Yep.
whatever. But I think about some examples on my side. I met Ahmed Jalili. Some people won't recognize
Yep.
the
I
name, but
know.
if they Googled him, they'll be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I
Comedian. Yeah.
realize
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
that
I
is
know
now."
him.
And
Yeah.
first time I met, it was through work actually. So a team
Yeah.
sent him to me to help him with some technical thing, and then he gave me his details, and we coordinated something for another time. And then I
Yep.
met him. He and his wife, they came to my fucking house. And
Yeah.
then I got, because that was a second time meeting, I didn't get a photo of him at work, but I
Yeah.
did get a photo of him at my fucking house, which is better. He's like, this is
Even
my
better.
fucking pot,
Yeah.
my fucking territory. So,
Exactly.
and then I
Totally.
got another photo of him at his show because he took me backstage and he was the one to actually suggest the photo. And
Nice.
there was a strange coincidence that happened. He gave me some tickets to the show, and there was someone, another comedian and a musician doing the opening for him,
Yep.
Boothby Grifo. I never heard of this person, but he performs sometimes with some pretty famous bands, especially Canadian bands. But he's an English guy. Um, Coincidentally, in Boothby Griffo's performance, he picked out a random person from the audience, and that person was me. So before Ahmed came onto the stage, before his time,
Yep.
uh, he, I knew he was in the background, like, what the fuck? You just picked out the fucking person that I sent here,
Yeah.
me. And I came on the stage. He just wanted me to take a photo of him or something.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
fucking guy that he picked on. And
Wow.
he came out to see me during the break and gave me his email and everything. And
Yeah.
then just from the sheer fucking coincidence, once after the break, once it was Ahmed's turn, he
Yeah.
invited me backstage to meet both of them again. And he suggested the assistant take a photo. So
Yep. That's
funny
really
shit
cool.
like that just like randomly fucking happens.
Good. Okay.
If I think of, and I think when it comes to photos, especially, I would rather aim for having someone else take a photo of us mid-conversation
Yeah,
as if we're just like having a normal fucking conversation. Because
of
if we
course, yeah.
pose for a photo, it's just gonna be
It's never
another
the
fan
same.
photo.
Never the
So
same.
it's
No, no,
just it would
100%.
just look so much better to
Yeah,
be like talking to someone like Donald Trump or
of
whoever the
course. Yeah.
fuck,
Mid
Michael
conversation.
Jackson in the
Yeah.
past or whatever, mid conversation. That fucking stands out because then everyone looking at it is like,
Damn, who's that?
you fucking talked to Michael Jackson or something like
Exactly.
that, or whoever
100%.
the fuck
Yeah,
example
you
person
had that, like,
is.
because it looks real. It's a real moment in a real interaction. That's why, like, anyone near me, I try to get, like, if I'm talking to someone, just take photos of them. Don't, like, mid conversation is the best way. But I got one of my clients, one of my clients wanted to meet Grant Cardone, sorry, Grant Cardone. And we were like, okay, well, how do we connect with Grant Cardone? And we realized, I was like, what's Grant Cardone known for? 10x businesses and that. What he's not known for is like, Grant's like 67 years old and looks like a 50-year-old. And we were like, how do we top that? And I thought, and I was like, holy shit, Grant Cardone does a lot of biohacking. You can't be like 67, 66 or whatever he is and look like a 50-year-old without doing that. So in the conversation, he drops about biohacking and knows like, you look so well. What are your biohack? Man ends up having like almost like a 2-hour conversation with him because he got him so intrigued by it. And no one knew that he was doing biohacking. But because we did a bit of research behind it, we knew. Like just because they're like, oh, we put two and two together, bang. And that's how a really good connection was formed very quickly, as
Yeah.
well. A lot of like I have some other clients that are politicians and stuff, and very, very high up, around the world. And some of the things they do a lot of research on the people they're about to meet, so they know what to talk about as well. It's a big thing, massive thing. So they don't go on the conversation as just blind about what they're going to talk about. It's just like they want to know, what their sport team's like, what they've done in the last 3 months, where have they gone to, where would they spend the most of their amount of time, what's their favorite, types of clothing designers they like to wear. Like, we're talking details. And that's what the richest and the biggest of the big do with these. And so they're very strategic because they know the connection might be, a one and done. It might be only the only time they get an opportunity like that as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's another reference for this, not from my experience, but there's a movie called Diana about Princess Diana. She died in like 1997 or something. And she had a relationship with a doctor. And the reason that happened is you can see in the movie how it was portrayed as well. Of course, it's a true fucking story. He didn't treat her like everyone else was treating her.
Correct.
He wasn't taken back by her presence or like, oh, she's a princess. Let me kiss her ass and shit like that. He
Yeah.
just treated her like a normal fucking person. And then that broke the pattern. He stood out.
Yeah.
So he didn't fan zone himself. He
Yeah.
ended
Yeah.
up in a relationship with a real fucking princess because he just treated her like a normal fucking person and just like had normal conversations
Yeah.
instead of acting like everyone else going crazy
Oh,
about her
100%.
being there and shit like that. So there's an example people can see in a movie. I haven't seen that like came out in more than 10 years ago. I haven't seen it for so long, but
Yeah.
that's a very good fucking example right there. Trying to think of some other ones, but I did some research when I made my first appearance on Just Pearly Things. I realized all the people who go on the show, she doesn't do that anymore, but they would have to take their shoes off. So what I did
Okay.
is I don't want to take my shoes off. I'm just going to bring a new pair of shoes and
Yep.
just show them that it has never been worn before. So
Yep.
then
Yep.
I did exactly that, and so did my wife. And then we were the only ones wearing shoes, and she was wearing 8-inch high heel boots and shit like that. So that was a
That's
little
smart.
bit
That's
of
very smart.
research. And
Yeah.
then the other woman on the show, she had like some fungal infection on her feet. She was like, ah, shit, I wish I knew about this.
Damn.
So
That's
it's a
disgusting.
funny little thing, funny little example, but yeah,
Crazy. But
crazy
good.
fucking shit.
A little bit of information is very, very good. To know a little about a lot is very good as a man. Just some of the people that you can meet, just living, just getting about your day to day as well. They're plentiful, but they're also like, they're going to be a few or far between. So you got to take your opportunities when they come. Very much so.
Oh yeah, like last year. I got a random message on Instagram from Jake Paul's best friend.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, this is so fucking random. And back then I had like 5,000 followers or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So it was like the most random things happen like that. I was like, oh shit. So Jake Paul's only 2 degrees of separation away now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 100%.
that's another funny thing. Just like even if you have a small following, these things can happen. It's pretty fucking crazy. That one,
Yeah.
he was just asking me about my AI wingman. So
Oh yeah, nice.
that was kind of, I want to say business related, but he was just curious about it.
A
So
lot of the time your
that
connections will be
happens.
business related, you know?
Yeah, and like the article that dropped today, like the journalist reached out to me because
Yep.
of the thing. So it's a similar thing. Like my product is out there and people are contacting me because of that almost on a daily basis now that I think about it. So that's another thing.
Good.
Yeah, any other comments on this?
Not on the celebrity stuff. I think that there's a thousand different things that you could do. There's a video that I have out there if people want to watch. It's about 10 steps. If you need to do that, I can't remember them, but some of them are like create a safe space for them to be welcome in. Like don't talk about all their celebrityisms and all that. Like, oh, can you connect me with this person? There's other things like have your own life going on. That's cool, and invite them into your life because everyone's trying to get into their life. Another thing too is like don't ask for things like asking for a photo. Everyone in their life is asking for things, photos. Their managers are asking for their time, their details, everything like that. Be the person that doesn't take from them, just only all gives value. And yeah, I have a little like that's kind of my routine. I just know how to play that really well. And celebrities, if you get good at talking to girls, you get very good at talking to celebrities as well because it's a very similar thing. That's why like I walk around, I see Myron and Walter and can talk to them, in Brickell. Steve will do it, Steiny, Carl, all the Nelk boys here. There's a bunch of people.
Yeah. Damn.